Om Namo Bhagavate Virajeshwaraya. Remembering the great Mauni, my Guru, today's Mauni amavasya is, as per the North Indian tradition, this is the mid of Magha Masa. So this is Magha amavasya in the Purnimanta month Ganana Paddhati, in the calculating the month starting at the Purnima. So Magha Masa has already started and Magha Bhaula Paksha is over. But as per the South Indian tradition which I follow, it is called Pushya Masa, last day of Pushya Masa, Mauni Amavasya. It is the end of the Vasanta, the end of the Hemanta Rutu. So from tomorrow onwards, it will be known as Sesira Rutu and Magha Masam in the South Indian tradition of calendar, Panchanga. It's only a month difference. But whatever it is a great Parvam. This Parvam has been discussed in Padma Puranam. Also, Prayagraj is also discussed. The bath is also discussed. But okay, this Mahakumbha Mela or whatever, we don't find direct references to whatever Kumbha Mela or Mahakumbha Mela there, but it is a very important Parvam to take bath. So what is this bath? What is this maunam? And what is this whole ritual is all about? So maunam or Mauni Amavasya is for Munis. Muni is who has taken a vow of tapas of Mauna. So Mauna is described in Bhagavad Gita by Bhagavan Sri Krishna as one key aspect of the mental tapas. Manasam tapa uchyate. Manaprasadaha saumyatvam maunam indriya nigraha bhava samsuddhihi iti etat. Manasam tapas uchyate. Tapah manasa uchyate. So basically this is the 5 aspects, one of the or central theme of the 5 aspects of the manasak tapas is maunam. So manaprasadaha, a peaceful mind. Saumyatvam, friendliness. Sumanasatvam, friendliness, having being good to others is the second saumyatvam. Maunaha, so we'll see what is maunaha. Indriya nigraha, so next one will be controlling of indriyas, senses. Bhava samsuddhihi, Bhava samsuddhi, bhava means the expression or the feeling or expression, samsuddhihi, purity of that bhava. These 5 are known as manasam tapas, mind's tapas. So what is tapas again? Tapas is bodily, vangmayam, so 3 karanas are there. There are 3 instruments of action or whatever we can do. So basically there is a gross action, karmendriyas. Then we have this speech. This is a very powerful instrument which can either instigate bad or install good in not only in others, in one's own self as well. So the speech is the expression or it is in a cycle of rising up and merging down. Speech forms a very important role of expressing that expression, interacting in a complex way with the environment and the mind. So doing good things, everything, not doing bad things, ahimsa, all those things will be the bodily tapas, and not speaking bad, not lying and all those things, swadhyayam, studying the scriptures, all these things will be tapas of the speech. Speech not only means talking, speech means listening also. We need to remember always the both ends of the speech is speech. So that is what it is. So tapas is an effort. Tapas is an effort put to generate required heat to reach a specific goal. So if I wanted to produce fire, so there is a method to produce fire by creating friction between two types of wood. So we'll get one type of wood, another type of wood is put on the top, and the top wood is churned. So like Milky Way, churning the Milky Ocean, churning the fire. So how long you should churn, how long you should do this tapas? Means until the result is seen, one has to continue the tapas. So what is the result? Generating the fire is generating the spark and fire is the goal of tapas. So bodily, speech, vachika tapas and manasika tapas. Kayikam of the body, vachikam of the speech, and manasikam of the mind. Tapas is there. So where this mauna feeds in is, once we have to rise gross to settle slowly, right? So we start the tapas with bodily control, damam, outside control, purity, ahimsa, not acting in any adverse manner to the environment. All those things are the bodily tapas. Once the bodily tapas goes better, it goes to the next stage, to the Vangmayam tapas, the Vangmayam related tapas, studying the scripture, not speaking untruth, speaking softly, speaking in a soft and auspicious manner. All these becomes a vachika tapas. So finally we reach this manasika tapas, the tapas that is required to bhava samsuddhihi, all these things. So out of those 5, maunam sits in the middle. So maunam is what? Maunam is a regulated thought, means not needing to express anything is maunam. So the very foundation of expression comes from the fundamental duality, means there is something else is there. So to communicate, we need to raise a thought. So there is something else is there. So even if I am speaking here, why I am speaking? So is it maunam or is it opposite of maunam? So when there is an intention to pass a specific message to an external entity, that intention breaches the maunam. So there is nothing other than the self. So if there is nothing other than the self, if this is fundamentally understood, so there is no need to speak at all. Everything is self. Speech is self, the speaker is self, the listener is self. So that triad will completely merge into oneness. In that oneness, mauna is established. So Bhagavan Vasishtha in Yoga Vasishtha, lot of discussions on maunam will come. Vangmaunam. Vangmaunam means keeping quiet with the speech. But that is a very low form of maunam. That maunam will yield only very minimum effects, means minimum effects, minimum results. So what is the result again here? So not needing to express anything. So because I am taking maunam with my speech, my mouth, but I will show so many gestures, hand gestures, come, go, all those things I keep expressing to the environment, it is not maunam. So maunam is not just keeping quiet. A mind's keeping quiet is the core of the maunam. So mind, why it is not keeping quiet? Why something, a thought is raising? A thought is raising means an expression is coming out. An expression, a bhava is coming, an emotion is coming. That means there is something else. So fundamental root cause of not sticking to the maunam is the duality. Duality means the ignorance says that there is something else which need to be either. So basically why we speak, because I wanted to show that I know all these things to the public. So YouTubers, typical YouTubers, followers are there. Every follower will like and share and all that message gets passed everywhere. Not required. Why it is not required? Because speech is one of the foundational aspects of the humanity, or the God's gift to the humanity. So it has some specific purposes in the sadhana. People use that speech to encode and transmit the knowledge, do the mantra japas, the various tantras, mantras, everything can be done with the speech. So whole of the Veda Vijnanam is passed on with the speech. It won't get printed or whatever it is. The swaram will go. Yo Vedadav swarak prokto Vedanteja pratishtita. So basically you cannot encode it other than speech. So speech has a great instrument, and it has a great purpose in achieving certain aspects of this transmission of the knowledge. But beyond that, once a seeker turns inward, he takes the mauna as a vrata. Those are the munis, the sages of the year. So what did they do? Yes, they have calmed their mind, not by force, but by the foundational understanding of realizing that speech cannot reach that ultimate reality. So, yato vacho nivartante aprapya manasa saha. So, neither speech nor mind can reach that supreme. So, having realized that, a sage turns silent. The most modern examples are Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi again. So Bhagavan Ramana, he never spoke because he never felt something to be spoken of, right? So he said, be quiet, be changeless, basically. So that is the teaching. Whatever is supposed to happen will happen. Whatever is not supposed to happen, come what may, it will not happen. So there is no point, worrying and lamenting or boasting or anything. So it is better to keep quiet. That is the best tapas. So tapas, manasika tapas, mauna is a manasika tapas. So this Mauni amavasya is a very special bathing ritual for those munis who are on that inward journey, who are striving on that tapa marker, and all those who are wishing to get onto that journey. So predominantly this amavasya, unlike all other amavasyas, or unlike all other worldly nature, whatever is the runanubandhas need to be worked on. All those are different amavasyas, different vidhis are there. But this amavasya is specifically dedicated to the munis and Mauni amavasya. And again, a great discussion about all these aspects are in the Padma Purana. I have not personally read it in the original, but modern AI summaries are extracting information from these books, that too translations. But again, I always warn people from either AI outcomes learning or the language translated elements of the scripture. Scripture always need to be studied in its original. It is always better to study under a realized guru, but in the absence of that, it is better to not leaving it, not studying. Studying something is better than completely not studying. Studying the original is the best, so which is part of the Vachika tapas. So those who have taken the path of tapas, that too have gone to the mauna as the core of the tapas, people who have understood that mauna, which originates, stems off, which is its basis in a complete non-expression, because there is nothing else to express. There is nothing other than self to express. There is nothing other than self in reality. So in the reality there is nothing other than self. So this fundamental understanding, who is trying to reach and get established in that fundamental understanding through the means of the tapas, remembering all of them, all of the munis, such munis, their teaching is only silence. Right from Dakshinamurti to all the way to Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi and to my Guru, they taught in silence. They are now not taught in only in words. They are taught in words. Obviously, it will be contradictory if we say they didn't teach anything, they didn't utter any word. They uttered the word, but they never uttered the words to say that they know it and the seeker doesn't know. They always said, it is the same reality that is sitting in you. You will figure it out when you remove all the obstacles, all those hindering your view to have a look at that reality, your own reality, that reflection. In other words, getting lost in the reflection. So rising above all the reflections, you will see the original, or you will realize the original, saying that your true identity being that supreme reality. This teaching, either they call it as Tattvamasi or Vedanta's teachings, or fundamentally this teaching is maunam. Maunam, or the goal of the teaching, is making an individual reach that kind of a highest silence, highest level of silence. So that silence, that maunam, has been demonstrated not only by the scriptures, three ways: scriptural study, Guru's teachings, and own self-realization. In all the three, this silence can be achieved. So the silence, celebration of such a silence, which is happening today in this 2025 Mahakumbha, there is an expected 10 crores people, I don't know what is in English numbers, are going to take this Amrita Snana, or the most important bath. So bath is Bhava Samsuddhihi, Sakrit Gitambhasi Snanam Samsara Malamochanam. Mala Nirmochanam Pumsam Jalasnanam Dine Dine. All the people will take bath on a daily basis to remove the impurities of the body. So body naturally exerts impurities in the form of sweat and etc. In every possible anga, there is whatever comes out of the body is typically an impurity. There is nothing that pure that comes out of the body. So we use the waters. So even that taking the water, we always need to think that is Narayana's prasadam, and take a bath. So that removes the impurities of the body. Sakrit Gitambhasi Snanam. So if in the Gita waters one takes bath, samsara malamochanam. So it will remove this samsara. Samsara is repeated births and deaths, a sequence of repeated births and deaths, which is opposite to mauna. So the expression of the divine comes as the samsara. So in this samsara, several activities are there. These activities are giving good and bad and all the kinds of results, mixed results, good results, bad results, happiness, sadness. All navarasas are coming out, and that becomes a great cosmic dance of Nataraja in the presence of Sivagama Sundari. So anyway, if we see as a Vishnu, the same thing as Vishnu, the Ranganayaki is the Nayaki who is dancing, and Vishnu is the Ranganatha who is witnessing that such a dance. So when we look it as a dance, which is opposite of mauna, it goes through that, and it gets established in mauna. So the expression, this expression of ananda will lead to the final mauna. So that mauna through the tapas is what we are, or everybody is supposed to. Everybody is already in that mauna. So they come out of that mauna by the instigation of the ignorance, not knowing the truth, and the samsara will come. That's a samsara malamochanam. So the samsara is known as maya as one side, or the cosmic dance on the other side. Anyway we put it, it has its own temporary nature. In that temporary nature, it has its own validity. It allows the individuals to work with their karmas and go step by step upwards towards the reality, or work with their vasanakshaya, runas and vasanas. So the runas and vasanas. So pravritti marga is the samsara's continuation. That is also a good dharma. There are dharmas in that. But those are on the nivritti marga, those who are seeking the source of everything, and for that mauna is the tapas, and such munis is this celebration belongs to those munis. And all those who are on the path, there is always a wish to let them see the end of mauna, the goal of mauna, the anandanubhava. And those who are not still on the path, may this parva give them an opportunity to turn on to the right, or turn on to the everlasting bliss side of the activity, which is the maunam side. So, and for those who are all expressing their divinity through the actions, let that be auspicious. Those who have taking mauna and going back to the source, let that path be auspicious to them. With that wish, again remembering my Guru, Swami Virajeshwara Saraswati, a great Muni who taught mauna in its absolute essence. Swasti.